On tonight's show,
There he is.
Where?
That one.
That one there, yeah? Get it.
a robber caught red-handed,
All units, come to me, he's on the left-hand side, on the left.
a suspect turns violent,
Camera on my face!
and drink drivers on the run.
We've got a moped failing to stop.
Now arrest me if you're gonna arrest me, yeah?
You're under arrest.
Well, move then, get me in then!
Robbery is the most common form of street crime in the UK.
Numerous mobile telephones, iPods.
Get on the floor!
A staggering 80,000 offences took place in Britain last year.
Police! No, get on the floor! Two contacts, get on the floor now!
So police across the country are launching a war on thieves and muggers.
All right, so at the moment you're going to be under arrest for suspicion of robbery, all right? You don't have to say anything.
And we're joining them. Officers have agreed to wear our specially customised body cameras to give us a cop's-eye view of life on the front line of the fight against robbery.
We're in the middle, Steve.
South East London. Plainclothes robbery squad PCs Liam French and Andy Ott are on duty in an unmarked car. Andy is wearing our body cam. Halfway through their shift, they receive a report about a mugging.
We just had a call through, a recent robbery. Suspects have made off. We haven't really got much at the moment on description. What we're aiming to do is pick up the victim, get as much details as we can, and do an area search with the victim on board.
There you go. Go on, mate.
The young victim is waiting for Liam and Andy at the scene. He says two teenagers mugged him and then ran off.
And he's demanded money off you. And did he punch you?
They both hit me.
They both hit you, yeah?
And they were kicking me on the floor.
They were kicking you on the floor. No, you all right? You shaking up? You all right?
I was going to go send them out, but they took my money.
They took your money? All right, mate. Well, we're going to try and get them, get your money back for you. All right? Was there any distinctive things about them at all? That's going to
He
make...
was wearing a hat,
What was the hat?
a black hat.
What, a beanie hat or a
No,
base...
the ones that, the woolly hats.
Anything else about the other guy?
He was wearing a yellow jacket.
He was wearing the yellow jacket. Right. Are you willing to make a statement, yeah? And have these guys nicked? Yeah? Good lad.
With the victim, we're just going to do a street drive round, see if they are still floating around.
There he is.
Where?
That one.
That one there, yeah? Get it. Good boy, well done.
Well done, son. Spot on.
Right, you've been picked out for a robbery. It's for that one. Street robbery, yeah.
What do you mean for a robbery? I'm just at my friend's house.
Liam has caught the first suspect, but their second man is still on the run. So Andy continues scouring the area with the victim. It's early morning in Plymouth, and PC Al Roberts and his team are preparing to raid a couple of suspected drug dealers.
So when I approach from the church, that gate in that bottom right corner is going to be open. I'm happy with that. Okay, we're happy.
PC Jane Vandenborn is wearing our body cam.
Do you want to lead up, or do you want them to lead up? I'll come in the van with you.
I know where I'm going.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go do it then.
To make sure they're not spotted, they park the van around the corner. two suspects at the address are quickly subdued.
All right, guys, message is that one, all right? Both going to be cautioned. Didn't have to say anything, but man, defence not mentioned. When question, so you later on, cool.
Whiskey Victor, Papa Charlie 134, entry gained 0848 hours. You can de-restrict that log now, please.
We've got a warrant. Misuse of Drugs Act, such as property.
Al and his team soon find a couple of large kitchen knives within reach of the suspects.
That could have gone wrong.
Yeah.
That big knives.
Oh, really?
Yeah, could have gone wrong, but it didn't.
Now it's time for the officers to start their search. In South London, Liam and Andy are chasing a couple of suspected mobile phone muggers.
There is.
Where?
That one.
That one there, yeah? Get it.
They've managed to catch one,
Right, you've been picked out for a robbery.
but the second suspect is still on the run.
Yeah.
I'll go check for the other. All units, come to me, he's on the left-hand side, on the left.
Stop, put your hands out to the side. You're under arrest, robbery. Don't have to say anything may harm your defence if not mentioned when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand? You've been identified as a suspect of a local robbery wearing a yellow jacket around the area.
Not yellow.
Mate, it couldn't get any more yellow.
All right, then.
Do you understand the caution?
Yeah.
Arrested at 14:55.
I didn't even know that, you know.
Pup Lima, can I have a van, please? Second male with yellow jackets detained for robbery over.
Listen, what's just happened? There's been a recent robbery, all right? We've got the victim on board on the drive round and he's just pointed you out as being the suspect for this robbery, all right? So at the moment, you're under arrest for robbery, all right? You don't have to say anything, but may harm your defence if you do not mention one question, saying which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. You just, all right? You understand? You're going to be searched because property's still outstanding, all right? Being a phone and some money, all right? Go.
Right, I'm going to search you on section 32 for any stolen property, okay?
Yeah, locked on.
Listen, mate.
I hanged up. You don't need to grab it. I hanged up.
Listen.
I hanged up. You don't need to grab my phone.
Listen, stop being silly.
No, what do you mean? I let it go.
All right, being silly now, aren't you?
Who's being silly, man?
I need your mobile phone.
You don't need mine.
So you're saying whose is this?
That's some card.
For who?
For who?
Yeah.
My phone.
It's yours, is it? All right, go back in there, all right? Where's your phone?
I don't have my phone. My battery's dead.
So you take your SIM card out of it, do you?
Took it with another phone.
And where's that phone?
So pissed.
Andy hasn't found anything on his suspect, but thinks he could have dumped the phone nearby.
Right, Johnny, when I clocked right on this junction further down from me, he's clocked me and he's come up. He hasn't got a phone on him. Well, he's got one phone on him. Believed he could possibly have dumped it in one of these gardens down there. Any chance you can come up and just sweep this area up to me?
No one. We talking about, man.
Oh, result, nice one.
Minutes later, one of Andy's colleagues finds a phone in the street.
We've detained the suspect. A member of the public's then approached our colleagues who stated that the male we've got detained threw the phone underneath a car on seeing police come around the corner. We've got the phone now. It's been identified as that stolen from the robbery. So we have the property. We have a member of the public showing our detained person throwing that phone, so it's linking together nicely. All right, there's nothing in the back, yeah? Anything that's in the back after we pick you out is yours, all right? All right, mate.
It's a good result for Liam and Andy, as they take the suspects back to the station for questioning. Coming up.
What's it, Liam? Stop, go.
Robbers on the run in London.
Liam's chasing.
A drugs crackdown in South Wales.
You've got to have a strong stomach to carry out a search in these circumstances.
And the search is on in Plymouth.
Start mucking around, I'll remove you. All right?
In Plymouth, PC Al Roberts and his team are raiding the flat of 2 suspected drug dealers. And have just detained 2 men.
No, you're not having anything, boys, all right?
All right, keep moving around, mate. You'll be taken out.
All right, Philip, let me just explain to you, right? If you obstruct the warrant in any way, OK, be a pain in the neck, obstruct us in any way, I'll have you removed and taken to cells. Do you understand that? Right, OK. Do as you're told, all right, and everything will be cool. Start mucking around, I'll remove you. All right?
The search now begins, but Al's units know they have to take extra care.
So we're not expecting to find any uncut needles here?
No, not mine.
There might be.
Whereabouts, mate?
No,
Where will they be? Do you know where they're just lying around? They'll be in that bag.
In here? That's all your work's in there, is it? Yeah. Right.
In the flat, the officers find remnants of drug use and a small amount of money. And immediately outside, they find numerous used needles.
PCSO's downstairs on the ground. They've found loads of needles and there's all sorts thrown out there, so it needs a good thorough check-in. Yeah, they've obviously discarded everything down onto the floor. I've got a search dog en route, so the search dog will come and have a look around the property and see what we've got. But the residents have said there's people coming and going from this address all hours of the night. You look at the 2 individuals in there, they're twitching, they're very, very fidgety, they're not in the best of health. They're clearly users come dealers. The place is not in the best of conditions, though I have seen worse. Clearly up to no good.
Lads, the guy's just about to bring his dog in, all right? Yeah. Is there any more pins, uncut needles that you're aware of, or anything else that's going to harm the dog?
Despite the suspect's assurances, the dog soon finds more used needles hidden away in the living room.
You got shops, folks?
No, have you got shops? No. Are there any more needles anywhere?
That one now?
Yeah. Any more that the dog's going to find?
No.
Located a couple of wrappings. There's one there which is obviously was a deal, which has got a bit of trace of heroin in there by the look of it.
The initial search doesn't reveal enough drugs or cash to arrest the main resident. But the second man is not so lucky. He is wanted by police for a number of offences. In South London, robbery squad officers Liam French and Andy Ott are on their way to the scene of another mugging.
From 782, gentleman just walked into the front office at Deptford. Officer speaking to him down, just get the description, we'll separate as soon as we can. Officer speaking to him down, just get the description, we'll separate as soon as we can.
The victim of a recent robbery has just come into Deptford front office to report that he's just been robbed. We haven't got any suspect descriptions, but as we're nearby, we're going to get the victim, take him for a drive round of the area and see what we get.
Hello, Maddie. Are you going to jump out with us? We'll go for a drive round. Is that all right?
The victim is still in shock, but is adamant he can identify his 2 attackers.
Do you recognise them at all? Yeah. You know who they are?
I've one previous before. I think his name's I don't know his second name.
And what about the second one? Do you know who he is?
I don't know who he is.
We've got a named suspect for one of them.
Oh, really?
Right, as we're going up, mate, we'll ask you just to keep an eye out. And obviously, if you see them, you tell us.
What have they taken from you?
They took my bike and my phone.
Is it mountain bike or?
Yes, a mountain bike.
And your phone? Nokia. You said that they've used or threatened you with a knife. Did you see a knife? No. How have they threatened you with it?
They just said, "Do you want me to pull out a knife?"
Oh right. Okay.
To help the search, Liam asked the victim for detailed descriptions of the two attackers.
They're both black males, yeah? Clothing, green jacket, yeah? What was the green jacket? What sort of style was it?
It was just below the waist.
Keep looking around, my friend.
Suddenly, the victim spots one of the suspects walking along the road. Andy quickly turns the car around to cut off the suspect's escape route.
Liam's chasing.
But it looks like the robber has outrun Liam and disappeared into a nearby housing estate.
Someone just run up there. I think you've just had someone run in here. Can you help us just have a quick look? Can't go in now. You don't want to be. Look at the size of all you lot.
Other officers join Andy in the hunt at the other end of the estate. Suddenly, they spot the suspect.
I've got him, is it?
Quick, Scott.
After an hour-long search, the robbery squad have finally got their man.
I last saw him there and I lost him. I lost him coming around the corner of that gate.
Yeah, put him in our car.
Yeah, just one. Taxi.
The second suspect is still at large, but the first is arrested.
Been taken to Lewisham Police Station where he'll be interviewed by CID. He'll either be charged with what's said on tape or it'll go to an ID procedure where the victim has a chance to again pick out the suspect.
Medway, Kent. PC Steve Ashton and Simon Masterson are on a routine traffic patrol. Partway through their shift, they receive a report that a disqualified driver has been seen behind the wheel in a shopping centre car park. Steve and Simon head to the shopping centre in the hope of arresting the driver.
Yeah, Rob, we're just checking Toys R Us, the car park, just in case it's slivered in there, mate.
After a quick tour of the area, Steve spots the man's parked car.
Yeah, we got it. Toys R Us car park, Tango 930. We're going in and clearing as quick as we can, mate. Hopefully, we'll get him on the way out.
To make an arrest, Steve and Simon need to catch him driving, so they'll need to keep his car under surveillance.
Got another unit on the main road. We'll see him coming out, so we've got it covered either way. They can tell us which way he comes out as we're playing catch-up.
Some more intelligence comes through on the suspect.
Nickname. Got previous possession of Class A and he's on bail for criminal damage or something stupid. Yeah.
After 2 hours, the suspect is still nowhere to be seen. Simon goes to have a look in the car park.
Yeah, boys, just if you're wondering, Sides jumped out, had a look. Can confirm the vehicle's still there.
The suspect's car is still parked. Stephen and Simon can only hope he's not spotted them and fled on foot. In South Wales, Sergeant Phil Morgan and his team are on their way to raid the house of some suspected drug dealers.
We get in, so it's important to get in straight away.
Inside, the officers soon come across an extremely aggressive dog, but one of the team manages to lock the animal in a room.
Contact upstairs! Did I be cleared?
What's my shoulder, boys? It's broke.
Catch him, Jeremy.
One of the men is detained upstairs, and the other is apprehended downstairs.
That's the time we went through.
Right, as we've gathered by now, we're executing a drugs warrant, all right?
Yeah.
Have we got any gear here?
No. No.
Now it's time for Phil and the team to start an initial search, which won't be easy, given the mess and smell throughout the house. They soon find evidence of drug taking.
As you can imagine, we come across quite a lot of houses in various states, but this has got a rank amongst one of the dirtiest we come in. And the smell here is quite bad, apart from the drug taking. They just live in an absolute squalor. And no doubt there's vermin throughout the house. You've got to have a strong stomach to carry out a search in these circumstances.
The team find even more evidence of drug use.
As you can see, the burnt foil, the residue on it here. This is the evidence of heroin taken. We've also got an opened wrap, which would have contained heroin at some stage.
The two men are arrested and taken away for questioning, leaving a full inspection of the house to the dedicated search team.
An initial assessment of the premises inside shows there's considerable amount of heroin usage in there from the burnt foils and so on that we found upstairs. Next step now is to search the house properly and gain evidence for a prosecution in relation to heroin.
In Kent, Simon and Steve are hunting a disqualified driver. They're keeping his car under surveillance, but there's still no sign of him. Steve goes to check and suddenly sees the car, a white Ford Escort, heading towards the exit. If their man is behind the wheel, they'll need to stop the car as soon as possible.
It's going to be caught there, mate.
Yeah.
She's driving.
No, he is. He is.
Alright, how you doing?
Not bad. The disc well.
Nice. Yeah.
Right, listen, fella. Believe that you're a disqualified driver. You're driving on the road, so you're now under arrest.
Yeah, that's correct.
You don't have to say anything. May I have defence? You do not mention my question. Something later on in court. And if you do so, maybe give an evidence. Gentleman is currently on bail and is also a disqualified driver. Has only recently been disqualified. He's got no insurance on the vehicle. As you can see, he's got a young child and a young lady in it after being shopping. And his explanation after being arrested was that he's got 5 kids and he needed to do some Christmas shopping.
The suspect is arrested and taken back to the station. Still to come, car crime in Catford.
Stop Southbrook Road.
Stop there, stop there, stop there.
And a manhunt in Manchester.
Camera on my face! Stay down!
Catford, South London. PC's Chris Snarl and Rob Richardson are on night patrol. They're on the lookout for car thieves who've been targeting the area. And it's not long before they get a call.
A report's just come in near Grove Park Road. There's a group of youths, probably 7 to 8 IC1 males, trying to break into some cars now. From the informant, who's a local resident, one of the youths is actually in the car now, and they're trying to break into another car.
Chris and Rob race to the scene. But when they get there, the thieves have already escaped. Another police unit is checking the car.
As you can see here, just
the barrel of that. They've broken the bottom of the barrel there, and I think they've either been spooked and legged it, but what they would have done is put two wires together, which would have started the engine, and away they go.
Suddenly, they get a call. Two suspicious-looking youths have been spotted nearby. In Greater Manchester, PC's Andy Moore and Gary Cave are en route to an urgent call. One of their colleagues has been assaulted.
Was it either of you at all?
No, I'm alright.
You are, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's get your breath back, mate.
That's a skip. Bleeding, yeah, he's probably bleeding quite heavily from the eye now. Why? Struggling on floor.
The officers at the scene were dealing with a domestic incident when the man attacked them before running off.
Looking for a male skinhead, about 5.5 foot with a head wound. He's just made off after wrestling with these two on floor, I mean. So, sorry?
Which direction?
I'm not entirely sure which direction he's gone in yet. Louis, which direction he went in, mate?
Right here.
Right here, mate. What's he wearing?
All black, shade head, really slim.
You're right there, yeah?
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate.
Cool. The male's made off, apparently with a head wound in that direction. So we're just going to carry out an area search and try and find him, obviously for his own safety with the head wound. And there's obviously offences as well, which he's going to need locking up for. He sounds like quite a violent male, so we need to have a good look for him and get him locked up as quickly as possible, really.
Almost immediately, Andy and Gary come across a man who fits the description. He's being questioned by other officers, but he's strongly protesting his innocence.
Hey, well, forget about that. Okay? I'm not being violent. Hey, I tell you what.
Oh, Jimmy, don't you let him get
Well, everything is off me. No, I can't be involved for anything of it. I've not got no clothes on me, so I can't be involved.
Jimmy, chill out.
I am going to take my shoes and socks off. Because I'm not going to do it no violence. I want to go home to sleep.
Suddenly, another call comes in. It looks like they've got the wrong man. The real suspect is just streets away.
St Augustine Street, where's that now? Chasing on foot.
Andy arrives just in time to help his colleagues arrest the suspect.
Hey, all right.
Get off me, then.
Chill it. Chill out.
Hey.
Relax, fella.
You could have done that in a
Relax.
you, couldn't you?
Relax.
Get that camera off my face.
Get him down. What's his head? What's his head?
Yeah, my head's already greased. Through me out. You know. Hey.
Whose man's that?
I can't wait to get you. Right, fair enough. Behave yourself when you get up now. Right.
Yeah, he's been all right.
Like kicking this one. I don't like kicking, listen. You've got me now. Fair enough. Fair enough. You've got me. You've got me. Hey, you take so many of you've done it. Hey. Be quiet. Hey.
It's always good catching offenders, but when they've assaulted your colleagues, it's nice to bring them in as well.
The man is finally detained.
I can't wait to get into
You all right, Dave?
In South London, Rob and Chris are hunting a group of youths who've run off after breaking into a car.
Millborough Crescent, got some youths, 2 miles push bikes, trying to steal vehicles.
We've now got a call, 2 males on push bikes trying to break into cars, Millborough Crescent, which is just down here. There's one there. There's one, hang on mate, there's one up there. You've got a male to stop Southbrook Road.
Stop there, stop there, stop there. Robbie, get him. He was gurking into that car there.
Fella, what have you been doing?
Nothing.
Right, you're getting searched for going equipped, all right? Jump off your bike. You been arrested before?
Huh?
You been arrested before?
Yeah.
What for?
Silly things.
Like what?
Nicking motorbikes.
Nicking cars?
Nope, don't do cars.
It's your phone?
Yeah.
How long you had the phone for?
Ages.
Rob soon finds some suspicious items on the suspect.
The CDs, you can't tell me where they are. There's a card in those CDs. It's a business card.
It's a Galaxy card.
It's a business card. You can't tell me what that business card is, okay? And you don't know anything about it. You've also got a Leatherman multi-tool on there.
Yeah, that's
okay.
From when I was at my mum's. You come with me. I do a lot of work at my mum's.
You've got no reason to have that on you, okay? And I believe that you've been using that to break into the cars.
Yeah, so whose phone's this?
I got it off from my uncle about 6 months ago.
What's your uncle's name?
Jerry.
Jerry what?
Well, it's from my dad's side, so I can't remember. We've got a big family,
Yeah, so,
and I don't...
Right, so this is your uncle.
Yeah.
You know his name's Jerry, but you don't know his surname.
No, because I've got, like, things happening, divorces happening, family, I ain't spoken in ages.
Surname, can't remember at all.
No.
But the boy's story just doesn't add up.
You've been arrested on suspicion of theft from a motor vehicle. And going to quit and steal. You don't say anything, but it may harm your defence. Do not mention when questioned something you later on in court, anything you do say might be. Do you understand that caution? Yes. Yeah?
You've told me you've got this off your uncle, okay? Whose name's Jerry?
Yeah.
Right, that's not the owner of the phone.
Right, let's go stick you in a
Comes back to someone else, mate, all right? So you're under arrest at the moment for the suspicion of handling stolen goods. Fella, I don't know at the moment. It's a bit of investigation, mate, so we can see whose phone this really is.
I've had the phone for ages.
Yeah, I know, you might have had it for ages, but at the moment I don't understand what you've got it for, okay? Or how you got it.
Jump in. If I find anything in this page, it's going to be from you.
I can't move my hands.
The young man in the back of the van, I've arrested him on suspicion of theft from a motor vehicle. The other gentleman that my colleague's with has got a mobile phone on him, registered to someone else. So he's been arrested on suspicion of handling stolen goods. So we'll take them back to the to Lewisham Police Station and process them.
Coming up, a hot pursuit in South London.
We've got a moped failing to stop.
And a driver loses his cool.
Read that. No, you tell me what it is.
Get it off that, yeah?
What's your... No, you tell me what your name is.
Why have you stopped me?
Right, listen to me now. If you don't tell me your name, I'm going to arrest you.
In South London, PC's Liam French and Andy Ott are back on the road.
He's having a quick search of the garden. He's a man lighting.
They're part of a team that specialises in dealing with robberies.
He's gone from mile around.
A couple of mopeds have just shot across. Mopeds are easy to steal, and they like a chase as well. They've got little rat runs, little alleyways they can do. We'll get up and see if we can stop them.
As soon as the moped driver hears the police siren, he speeds off.
We've got a moped failing to stop. It's Court Farm Road, MP. Court Farm Road. It's a moped, one up with a helmet. It's Court Farm Road. We've got one up on a moped. He's got a helmet on. Just stand by for a VRM. It's Echo Oscar 52. Stand by for the last 3. Still failing to stop.
The moped makes a quick exit through some bollards onto a sports ground, losing Liam and Andy in the process.
It's a lost. It's gone across the fields.
Yeah, all units stand by. It's gone across the field. It's gone across the field on the playing fields.
It's going across the football pitches, back towards Grove Park, Chimbrook Road. It's a nice one rider with a white helmet. The first 4 are Echo Oscar 52. Didn't get the last 3. Yeah, what we just had is the moped that come across the lights. We've attempted to stop it. It's seen us. He's looked round. He can see who we are with the lights, and he's just failed to stop. We've done a quick chase, and he's just gone across parkland on the football pitches. There's no way we're chasing it across the parkland. So at the moment, we got onto the main set. so surrounding boroughs know what's going on. We've got a partial index, and hopefully we'll pick him up again soon.
But just 2 hours later, as Liam and Andy drive past a petrol station, Liam thinks he's spotted the moped driver.
Is that him?
It's early evening in Oldham, and PC Dave Bunting is patrolling solo. On a hunch, he decides to make a routine stop of the 4x4.
Is this your vehicle?
Yes, it is.
It is. What's your name?
Why did you stop me?
Why did I stop you?
Yeah, please.
I'm a police officer. I'm able to stop any vehicle on a road.
For what reason? There must have been a reason why you stopped me.
Right.
Go on.
Do you want to calm it down while I speak to you?
Because I'm really getting cheesed off about this. This is 3 times in Oldham I've been pulled. For what reason? There's my producer.
Calm down. There you go.
You happy with that?
Well, so come over here a sec.
Why
have you got your driving documents with you?
No, I haven't. But why have you stopped me?
Are you insured on it?
Yes, I am.
Right. Who's your insurance with?
Ensley Insurance.
And is it on that specific vehicle or is it on another vehicle?
Yes, it is. I'm a second driver to the camp. Street Rochdale.
What's your last...
Here, read that.
No, you tell me what it is.
You get it off that, yeah?
No, you tell me what your name is.
Why have you stopped me?
Right, listen to me now. You don't tell me your name, I'm going to arrest you.
Why are you going to arrest me? I want to know why you pulled me.
I don't need to give you a reason why I pulled you.
You've got no reason.
Okay, the Road Traffic Act can stop any vehicle on the road.
What reason?
It's actually an offence not to produce your documents to a police officer upon request.
Is it?
You don't have to say anything, but in my army defence, we do not mention when questioned something you later
I haven't got my document.
Anything you do say may be given in.
Okay.
However,
within
the Road Traffic Act is a provision for you to produce your documents at a station of your choice. Do you want to get back in your car, lads?
With the driver's friends joining in the discussion, the situation turns tense.
Get back in your car now.
In southeast London, Liam and Andy are hunting a moped driver who sped off when they tried to stop him. They lost him when he raced off the road and onto a sports ground.
It's a loss. It's gone across the fields.
But by a stroke of luck, they think they've spotted him again at a local petrol station.
The ped that we chased earlier, we believe he's just pulled up.
Is it him? You felt a stop for police earlier?
No, mate.
You sure? I think you did. What's your name, mate? Take your hands out of your pocket for me.
Just step over here because we've got people trying to...
You all right?
Yeah, mate.
This your moped?
Yeah, mate.
Take your hands out of your pockets for us. You had a drink?
Yeah.
How much you had? Take your hands out of your pockets for me, please. Thank you very much.
How much you had to drink?
Take your hands out.
Beers.
Two beers?
Yeah. Let's take this off your head, shall we? There we go.
You smell quite a lot, mate.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
This is the same moped that we chased earlier. We've just stopped it now and he smells strongly of alcohol. He's definitely been drinking. So we're going to get a ESD up here, get him breath tested and see what happens from there.
Just a favour, I get nervous when people put hands in pockets, that's why I'm asking. Why? Because people do silly things.
No.
Alright. How long you had the bike for?
A couple of days.
Yeah? Where'd you get it from?
One of my mates.
One of your mates, yeah?
Yeah.
You got a licence?
No.
Not got a licence now? Disqualified?
No, mate.
You sure?
Yeah.
Have you got any? Has anyone got insurance on for this vehicle?
I don't know.
You don't know? Right, unless anyone can produce insurance for this vehicle, we're going to seize the vehicle under Operation Reclaim.
It turns out the driver has no licence and no insurance. Liam and Andy think he's been drink driving as well.
Listen to my colleague, all right? He's got to carry the test out because he's in uniform and we're not.
Basically, you've got to blow it like a balloon, yeah? One continuous breath, not too long, until I say to stop blowing, yeah? That's it, keep going, keep going, keep going, that's it, lovely, stop. It's analysing, it means you've got alcohol in the system. It's gone warm at the moment, it's gone red.
Because you failed the breathalyzer test, you're under arrest. Suspicion of driving excess alcohol in your breath. You don't have to say anything, mate. Harm your defence. Not mentioned when questioned something which later on in court. Anything you do say, maybe give evidence. Do you understand, mate?
Yeah.
Unit 4, first and most.
Right, there's nothing in this van. Anything found in this van can be you, okay?
The breath test shows that he is well over the limit, so he is arrested and taken into custody. In Oldham, Dave is in the middle of a routine vehicle stop, but the driver isn't happy, and neither are his friends.
I want to know why you pulled me.
Don't need to give you a reason why I pulled you.
You've got no reason.
Okay, the Road Traffic Act can stop any vehicle on the road.
What reason?
Can we get back in your car, lads?
Yeah.
Now. Get back in your car now. You getting back in the car? Or are you moving away? Or are you going to be arrested for obstructing a police officer? Your choice. Back in your car. Get back in your car now. Get back in your car.
You can't arrest him for that.
I know! Right.
From here, this country.
Wait. What? Carry on like that and I'll arrest you for public order.
What for?
For swearing. Get back in your car.
No, why are you showing off in front of the camera?
Eventually, Dave's had enough.
You call me a you're under arrest, public order, mate. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. Do not mention when questioned something later on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand that? Take a step out.
What the
man? Calm down, all right?
You know what? Why have you stopped me first?
Back
For what
over there.
reason?
Back over there now. Right.
Take, man.
Right.
Calm down.
You were warned about your language when you got out of the vehicle.
Third time I've been pulled here for all. Now arrest me if you're going to arrest me, yeah?
You are under arrest.
Well, move then. Get me in then.
Calm down.
No, why should I? Why should I get pulled for all? Get me in.
Calm down.
Get off me, yeah?
I'll not get off you.
You will get off me.
Why's that?
Go, you know what I mean? This is what you call racism. Arrest, yeah?
Get in.
Move on. You
I've just tried to get some details from just to establish it is legitimate owned by him and being driven by him, at which point he's called me several names, carried on calling me several names, and he's been arrested at that point for a public order offence, and as he's been put back in the back of the van, he's carried on with that. And it was just a simple stop which he's made into what's ended up being him being arrested.
On the way back to the station, the man has time to calm down. But he still wants the last word.
My mouth has got me in trouble because hi mate, you alright? I'm getting arrested because I've been pulled 3 times in less than 3 days. Oh.
The man in Oldham was charged with a public order offence. The paperwork for his car was all in order.
Stop, put your hands out to the side.
The 2 males arrested for robbery in South London were charged with burglary. One of them is now wanted, and the other is awaiting trial.
There's nothing in the back, yeah? Anything that's in the back after we pick you out is yours.
The man arrested in Plymouth was charged with possession of illegal substances with intent to supply in relation to a previous raid.
Liam's chasing.
The male arrested in Deptford for threatening a youth for stealing his bicycle and mobile pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 6 months detention and a training order. The man arrested in Kent has been found guilty of driving whilst being disqualified and driving without insurance. He received a penalty of 100 hours community service, a 12-month driving ban and a £60 fine. The 2 men arrested in South Wales were charged with being in possession of a Class A drug. The man arrested in Manchester was charged with 2 offences of assault and is awaiting court.
I can't wait to get you
Getting searched for going equipped, all right? Jump off your bike.
No further action was taken against the 2 teenagers arrested for the suspicion of handling stolen goods in South London.
It's your phone.
Yeah, that's all right.
We've got a moped failing to stop.
The man failing to stop while riding a moped in Catford was disqualified from driving for 12 months and received a £250 fine.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.